Andy, defeat tonight, what was your take on the match?
Well, look, first and foremost, that's a championship team of quality. And when we took the fixture, we probably thought it was a good idea having a Friday and a Saturday split. And we were light tonight with bodies. Youngsters come in again, probably asking a bit too much of them against the level of player. So, a bit of criticism for me there, probably, if I'm to be honest, in hindsight, it probably won't do that again, take a Friday and a Saturday night game. So that said, that wasn't great, but we were poor as well. You can't go away from that. There were some poor performances out there tonight, for whatever reason. I'm not going to be too harsh on people. We haven't done any defensive work, as you can probably see, because we just haven't had the bodies in the building, and that's been tough. So you can guess what we'll be doing all this week, prepping. And I think it's one of those that just gives us a little reminder of if you're not right in every department and every sort of situation, you're going to get undone. And it'll be no different in League One, trust me. If we think, the levels are going to be any different, they're not, so we're going to get hurt. So it's a little reminder for everyone there.
It is tough to take positives from that, isn't it? But like you say, a reminder, and also, at the very least, minutes in the tank.
That's the positives, minutes in the tank. We haven't lost any points. We haven't lost anyone's injury, that's important. And they are just the positives, and I don't want to be critical of anybody. It just was one of those nights where everything was wrong on our side, everything was right on their side, and we had a squad that was just stretched a bit too much. I think we had 4 subs to put out there tonight, and we had, I think, 3 or 4 boys of 18. It's just a bit much to ask for them. So, and they've been brilliant, by the way, pre-season. So I'm not holding it just on them. There were some senior players that weren't quite right tonight. And if you get the balance wrong, it just makes it a tough night all round. And I felt that from them before they even scored the first goal. I just felt, this is going to be a tricky one, and it turned out to be even more tricky. Credit to QPR, though, they're a quality team.
You said on Saturday and on Tuesday, after really impressive performances, not to get too carried away. And I guess it's the same with this, kind of in reverse, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Look, I was pleased to hear no chance of Woodman out. That was a relief, I've got to be honest. But look, I think pre-season is a really bizarre time. I've been in probably 35 pre-seasons now, and I've been in ones where we've won every game and then had a disaster start to the season, and I've been in ones where we've lost every game and then found ourselves at the top of the table. It's a really hard gauge, and the only gauge we can have to take and get is that everyone's fit for the start of the season and everyone's got the right minutes in them, and that's really what we've got to sort of focus on and really have a look at the goals and make sure we get those basics right. But I don't want to get too beaten up over it, even though you can imagine I don't like losing any game. I certainly don't like losing 7, that's for sure.
And like you said at the start of the interview, it is a split squad, 2 games in 2 days. Yeah. And we'll send out another team to Barnet tomorrow.
Yeah, look, the team tomorrow at Barnet, that's could probably be a bit more of a realistic game for us. And I mean that with respect to Barnet. So that'll be a tough game, but it'll be more of a game, I feel, that'll be more realistic to where we're going to be. And again, I'm not making excuses, but I would never do what I've done tonight, play a Friday night and a Saturday game. I just won't do that again. And that's not because of the result, it's just because of the bodies and the stress we put on those players, and particularly the young players.
In amongst all the games and pre-season action, still lots of work going on behind the scenes as well.
Well, listen, Matt, as you know that, tonight, we've been trying to sign a player. I don't think any of us could have imagined how hard it is to get players in this year. Credit to you, Matt. Credit to Luke, credit to the chairman. The chairman's working his socks off. It's been tough, and we know in the past we've had bodies in late in the window, but this has been really tough to prepare and prep, and but look, we're getting them in, and we're still 2 weeks away from the real start of the season. Even though we've got the Carabao Cup, I think the league's the real where we sort of make sure that everyone's fit for.
Andy, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.